Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing something a little different. Is how are your angels, or how do your angels and guides perceive you? What do they think of you? So we're going to be looking into basically how you are perceived through the lenses of your angels, of your spirit guides, of your spiritual team. Okay, you guys are probably going to hear a little bit of seagulls and birds and stuff like that because I have the door open here, but just don't mind all of that. We wanted the extra light, the extra sunlight to come in and just, you know, set the little mood. Okay, sorry, I'm a dork, guys, but we have 3 piles for you guys. I pre-shuffled some oracle cards, and we are going to shuffle some tarot cards when we get into your reading. You guys know I hardly ever pre-shuffle any cards. I just felt really called to do that in this reading. But here we go. These are the piles that we have: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you need a closer look, pile number 1, pile number 2, oh damn, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pause the video if you need more time to pick. The pile timestamps are down in the description and in the comments. So I will see you guys in your reading. Toodles. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 1 with this stone, this is going to be your reading. Like I said in the intro, I did pre-shuffle some oracle cards for you guys. I didn't look at any of the oracle cards. Any of them that fell out upside down was put right back into the deck. So it's a surprise to me and to you when we look at these oracle cards. So we're actually going to get into the oracle cards after I shuffle some of your tarot. So let's get into it. Sorry, I cannot talk. It's interesting because I started stumbling on my words when I started your pile, and I started also getting itching on my nose. So there's something about communication here. I feel like your angels and your guides want to communicate with you more, and maybe they struggle communicating with you because you struggle to hear them, or maybe struggle allowing yourself to hear them. I know for some people it is a little uncomfortable at first when they start to hear their guides, because it's not necessary, because some people look at us weird, or some people look at themselves weird when they start to experience these new things. And I feel like for you guys, your spirit guides are like, maybe like you're a little too hard on yourself. You need to watch the way that you speak about yourself, the way that you think about yourself, because your spirit guides are like, you're a little hard on yourself. They see you as somebody who's a little hard on yourself, but they also see you as somebody who's extremely gifted. If I'm hearing, if only you would allow those gifts to come out more. You guys could be like really gifted clairaudience. I heard dyslexia, so for some of you guys, you might have dyslexia or feel like you have dyslexia, and I don't feel like, and by no means am I like a medical professional or a psychological professional or anything like that, but what they're telling me is that for a lot of you, it's not actually dyslexia. What it is that your brain perceives things in a different way. They don't want you to, okay, so if you guys have any like health constraints, physical constraints, mental constraints, any type of like diagnosis, whatever, they're wanting to tell you, see it as your superpower, don't see it as your downfall. So your spirit guides are like, what you see as your downfall, or what you see as things that are perceivably wrong with you, are things that they see as being very special. Okay, they see you as a very special person, a very powerful person. You guys might not necessarily think that you're that powerful, but your guides do. You guys also have a lot of ideas. They think that you're a creative. How do your spirit guides, your angels, perceive you? Pile number 1. Let's get 4 cards, please. We have the Knight of Swords. I knew that I was going to get a Swords card at first because of all the throat chakra type of energy that was coming through. They see you as somebody who can maybe be a little impulsive, but you're also somebody who follows your ideas. I don't feel like you guys really allow people, like they're saying that they perceive you as somebody who doesn't allow other people to get you down, or at least you don't show it. I just keep on hearing you're too hard on yourself. I feel you guys could be really lenient with other people, but when it comes to yourself, your angels are like, you're a little bit too hard on yourself. They're telling you that they need you to have more compassion with yourself. The compassion that you have for other people is the compassion that you should be showing yourself as well. They also feel like they see you as somebody who's very connected to your emotional body. You might see yourself as sensitive, but they see you as very connected to your emotional body. That's two different things. And sensitivity isn't a bad thing. Where, like I said, where you guys see certain aspects of yourself as being maybe a hindrance or a downfall, they see it as your superpower. So they're like, if only you could see yourself the way that we see you. Oh my God, my nose just keeps itching. You see yourself as somebody who has a lot of thoughts, right? Somebody whose mind is sort of overactive. Somebody who's always got a new thought coming in, or a new avenue of thinking, or a new thought pattern, new ideas. You see yourself as somebody who has a lot of ideas, and your spiritual team sees you as somebody who gets a lot of downloads. So you guys might not necessarily see yourself as somebody who's super spiritual, but your guides do. We have Justice in the reverse. I heard don't bite the hand that feeds you, but I don't feel like that's for you. I feel like your guides perceive you as somebody who is very just. Even though we have Justice in the reverse, I feel like this is your guides perceive you as somebody who can really cut with your words. Like, you're very just, and I feel like it takes a very long time or a lot to really get you to the point where maybe you show that hard side of yourself, because you guys are so sensitive and so connected to your emotional body. You guys are people who it takes a lot to really get you there. Like, and people really have to do a lot to pull out that dark feminine, dark masculine side of yourself. And I feel like what else are you guys, what are you guys saying here? We have the 8 of Cups here. You're somebody, they see you as somebody who can sometimes overcompensate, who puts other people before themselves. They see you as very selfless, but they're also telling you that you need to balance that selflessness with selfishness sometimes when it is needed. That is very much something that a lot of us have a hard time doing, is balancing selflessness with selfishness, service to others to service to self. And they see you as somebody who is very much of service to other people. They see you as like this light for other people, this safe space for other people. I feel like your guides and maybe even yourself, they pride you on the way that you make other people feel included and listened to and heard and seen. You guys are somebody who's very comforting. They see you as somebody who's very comforting, somebody who's a guiding light for other people. So somebody who could definitely be like a coach or a therapist, or I was about to say a psychologist, but I'm feeling more so like the emotional spectrum, not necessarily the mind spectrum, but you could definitely be there too. Okay, let's continue. They also see you as somebody who's very complex, but in a really good way. You have a lot of different layers to yourself. And I feel like because you've met yourself on a lot of different levels, you can also meet other people, like meet all the different levels of other people as well. We can only meet other people to the extent in which we've met ourselves, and I feel like you guys have really met yourselves to a deep extent, to a very deep, like, to very deep levels. Sorry, you've met yourself on very deep levels, and because of this, you're able to see the deeper depths of other people in your life. I'm getting a lot about other people in your reading, so I feel like there's a lot of Aquarius energy here, a lot of community energy. Like they see you as somebody who is always catering to other people, and I do feel like they want to tell you to make sure that you're catering to yourself as well. We have the Six of Wands. They see you as somebody who's very talented and who can be risky sometimes, but I don't feel like risky. I don't feel like the way that they're saying risky is like in a bad way. I feel like it's more so like you're somebody who takes risks and those risks pay off. You're somebody who's also very calculated. That's how they see you. Eight of Pentacles, another card about helping other people, right? They see you as like somebody who can build a community, as like a nurturing figure, a motherly figure, a fatherly figure. They see you as like sort of the rock. I feel like maybe if some of you had like a certain person who was like the glue of your family and they might have passed away, it's sort of like maybe this person gave you this gift that they had, this innate gift of just pulling people and pulling things together. It's sort of like you are the glue of your family now, or like you're the glue of your friendship. You're the one who keeps everybody together. They also see you as being very connected with animals. You're very intuitive, whether or not you think you are. And you're somebody who, they see you as somebody who is very able to like tame people, or they also see you as somebody who needs to sort of calm down before you make decisions. Like I said, because you are so connected to the emotional body, you might notice that sometimes you make very heavy emotional decisions. I just saw 1111, and they're saying that it's great to use your emotions as a tool for helping you make decisions. However, it's, in your case, it would be very beneficial for you to, if you are in an emotional high or an emotional low, to step back, take a moment, maybe meditate, think on things, and then make your decision. You don't want to make your decision in an emotional high or an emotional low, okay? We have the Seven of Cups, and that's all about decision making. However, I feel like when you make decisions from a place of neutrality, using your emotions as a factor in making that decision, but not the only factor in making that decision, you make decisions that are very powerful for you. And I feel like most times the decisions that you make are aligned decisions that align you with your highest timeline. They're saying you're very wise. Now let's get into your oracle cards. We have Wishbone, a wish is granted. They see you as somebody who is very much, very lucky. You might even notice that you have a lot of luck. Or it may be the opposite. You may feel like you're very unlucky, but your spirit guides, your angels, see you as somebody who's very lucky, very blessed, very blessed. We have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. They, like I said, they see you as somebody who, and I actually haven't said this, they see you as somebody who's very balanced. You could be somebody who is very, very soft. And like I said, it takes you a very long time to get to the point of maybe an emotional outburst, or get to a point of asserting very hard, firm boundaries. But when you do, they see you as such, like I said, they see you as such a powerful person. I just saw 1331. You are the epitome of light feminine or masculine and dark feminine and masculine. And it's like you can embody these different energies at different times. So it's really important for you to be cognizant of when you are in what type of energy. Okay? Because your energy is so potent, your energy is so powerful. They see you as somebody who can really embody that light and then also really embody that dark. And they want you to become more comfortable embodying both sides instead of just embodying one portion of it, because you are the whole coin, not just one side of it. We have finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. I feel like right here they're saying like they see you as somebody who can be like some sort of a prophet. You're somebody who can either intuitively or intellectually work things out in your mind very, very fast. And you intuitively know what decisions to make and what will be the best for you and the most aligned decision for the outcome that you want. So for example, and this really reminds me of Aquarius, especially like Mercury in Aquarius, Mercury in Gemini, something like that. Somebody who's like, okay, well, I realize that if I make this decision, even if it's a small decision, if I make this decision, then this is going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and this is going to happen, and it's all going to lead to this. So maybe I should make this decision or that decision. You guys are very good at sort of looking at the domino effect of things. They're saying you guys are very and this is actually a psychic gift that they're wanting to tell you that you have, the gift of sort of, it is a gift of prophecy, whether you're coming up with this I should or I shouldn't intuitively or intellectually, it's still a gift of prophecy. Not everybody is able to work out things and the effects of things and the domino effects of things the way that you are able to do it. It's very much a gift, they're saying. They're also saying that they see you as somebody who is, like I said, very fair. But be careful of making emotional decisions. We have Santa Muerte, offering. Oh shit, I forgot my booklet. Let me go get that. All right, so you guys have Santa Muerte, or Muerte, offering. So I'm going to read it from the book, and then we're going to see what we can expand off of this card. It says, African peoples who were enslaved rechristened their deities into Catholic saints to maintain their religious practices. Santa Muerte is surrounded by cigars, tequila, and chocolate. This card is the altar card, and when it appears, it is time to create an altar for yourself. On the altar before her lies cannabis, tobacco, many colored flowers, candles, and fruit. Smoke is blown over it as a practice of purification, and this is shown in the smoky haze that surrounds it. Bread, water, and incense are seen in the abundance at her sides. as these things are considered essential offerings. The red, white, and gold candles aligned in the card represent candle magic, symbolizing the importance of ritual. Remind yourself that death is not always a true death. You can say goodbye to an old version or program, and this is where Santa Muerte can help, especially potent when combined with, you know, another card. But with this card, I really feel like they're saying, like, they see you as like a witch or a medicine doctor. For some of you, you can resonate with being like a root worker, a root doctor, a witch doctor. And the only difference between root worker and a witch is a root worker is somebody who utilizes the elements to do their magic, to do their craft, and a witch is somebody who can utilize the elements, but they don't particularly need to. A root worker, that is like their practice, like they need to use the elements in order to work their magic. They use the earth around them. A lot of you guys could be root workers. I feel witchy too, but very much root workers from this pile. And with it saying, where was it? You can say goodbye to an old version or program. Death is not always a true death. They're saying that they see you as somebody who is able to die and be reborn so many times. Whether this is like a physical death, like you having many past lives and future lives and stuff like that, or more so, I want to say, they see you as somebody who can reinvent yourself multiple times. They also see you as somebody who's a little bit stubborn. Maybe sometimes you have to really fail in order to succeed. And what I mean by that is sometimes you may have to learn from your mistakes. But you do nevertheless learn from those mistakes. But you're somebody who is constantly reinventing yourself, constantly bringing a new version of yourself to the table, and constantly changing, growing, and evolving. All right. Okay. So we have Starseed Elemental. So they see you as a star being. You guys might resonate with being a star being, an elemental, a star seed. It's funny that they have elemental right here because an elemental being is a being of the elements, earth, air, fire, water. And I was talking about root workers. You guys could definitely be a root worker. They could definitely see you as some sort of root worker. Like I said, they see you as somebody who's super powerful, especially energetically. And they see you as somebody who's really connected to your angels. Like I'm talking about your angels, your guides, your deities, and all of this, how they perceive you, but there's strong angel energy here. I'm also getting like sort of Gemini energy. You might have like different placements in Gemini. Some people might see you as two-faced or flip-floppy, like you change your energy up a lot. And you might, but I don't see it in a way that it's like you having the intention of, you know, like when you say two-faced, I see that as somebody who has the intention of being different, you know, like not necessarily being different. Let me explain it like this. A lot of people see Geminis, I just saw 2222. A lot of people see Geminis as being two-faced because they're very, very much innately able to switch their energy. They're the chameleons of the zodiac, right? And they switch their energy to whatever energy is needed for that particular person, place, thing, idea, situation, whatever. And I feel like that could be how you guys are, but not everybody might perceive it that way. And if you guys are in at sometimes, and we all fluctuate in vibration, we all fluctuate in vibration all the time. It is meant to be like that. You're never supposed to be all the time at a high or all the time at a low vibration. So you could be somebody who, like, if you are operating at times from a low vibration, this can come off in a negative way. And this isn't how your angels perceive you. This is how they're saying that that it is. If you are operating in a low vibration, this could come off in a very negative way, like you are flip-floppy with your energy. However, when you are aligned with your true self and you are aligned with your higher self, it's not that you're being flip-floppy or two-faced. It's that you know what energy suits what situation. You're very versatile. They see you as somebody who's very versatile, who's very much able to switch up their mood here and there. You could even be somebody who switches up your clothes, like one day, like let's say you're a female. If you're a female, one day you might dress real tomboyish, like with the baggy sweatpants and a baggy hoodie and all of that shit, and then the next day you might be wearing skin tight dress and heels and doing your hair and looking all cute, right? It's different every day with you. It's different for each situation with you. You don't bring the same energy to every table, because you recognize that different tables, different people, different situations call for different energies. And is this you being fake or switching up and trying to be like a pick-me or be like other people? No, it's just that you understand energy and how energy works and what energy is going to work in what way for what thing. Okay, so the next card we have here is Luminescence. They see you as somebody who works directly from your heart chakra. So, you know, every decision, almost every decision you make comes from pure and unconditional love. This isn't saying that you always make the right decisions or act in the right way, because, you know, we all have our slip-ups here and there, but they're saying that most of the time, 99.9% of the time, your intention, it comes truly from your heart, your high heart. And you're very, very versatile. We have a mermaid in this card, and we're also using the mermaid deck. So you can be somebody who, like I said, is very versatile. It's sort of reminding me of the movie or the show H2O. If they're on land and they're not wet, they're fully human. But if they go into the water or they get wet, their tail, you know, like their legs form into a tail, because that's what suits that thing, you know. Try walking on land with a mermaid tail, right? What's going to be more efficient, legs or a tail? And try swimming with legs or a mermaid tail. Which is going to be more efficient? You can swim with your legs, right? We swim fine as humans, but what would be more efficient? The tail would, right? Because it's made for that place. It's made for that situation, right? They also see you as somebody, like I said, I keep on wanting to say you're versatile, but I'm seeing these dragonflies right here. They see you as somebody who doesn't really let negative circumstances keep you down for too long. Because dragonflies are one of the only insects, or the only insect, I'm not necessarily sure, that can fly during rain. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that is all. I feel like that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonated for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. Yeah, leave any opinions, feelings, whatever in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 2, or your crystal just does not want to stay put. It just keeps on jumping. Okay, So immediately with that, because your crystal wants to jump every time I try to show it to you guys. If you guys saw the intro, then which you did because you had to, then you noticed it jumped out of my hand then, and it just jumped out of my hand now. When I was doing like pulling the cards for each pile, the cards for your pile was really jumping. You guys are like quantum, I want to say like quantum coaches, or like you guys are really, your angels perceive you as somebody who is really able to quantum leap. It's really easy for you guys to switch timelines. It's really easy for you guys to move through dimensions. And all the dimensions exist in the same place. They're just different levels of consciousness, different levels of thinking. That's what puts you in a different dimension, is your level of consciousness. Okay, so you guys are really able to shift consciousness and dimensions and timelines on like the drop of a dime. Don't underestimate your power. Don't underestimate your power. Don't underestimate your power. That's what they keep saying. For some of you, they're saying that like if you wanted to get into like quantum physics or like you're a quantum thinker. The way that you guys think about things, the way that you guys formulate things, the way that just the way that your mind works is very much different from a lot of people, even from other mystics and light workers and stuff like that. And I don't ever put anybody higher or lower, but I'm getting that line from the one Nicki Minaj song, High School. And she said, I'm the top of the toppa. I never fuck with beginners. So it's like you guys might have this like cocky sense of I know what I know, but it's not in a cocky way. Like they're like, yeah, other people might see you as cocky. Sometimes you might perceive yourself as cocky, but the way that your angels and guides see it is like you just know what you know. And you just are what you are, and you're very confident. At your core, you're extremely confident. You guys might not always feel very confident, but at your core, you're very confident beings. You're also very considerate. I haven't looked at any of these cards. Obviously, I just saw the picture for that one, but I don't really remember what card that was. I just saw 333 as well. So I haven't looked at any of these oracle cards yet. We're going to get to these after we get to your tarot cards. They see you as somebody who, like, your mind jumps from topic to topic to topic to topic. You guys could be talking about one story and then lead into another story without even finishing that first story. And then I feel like I hear you guys apologizing a lot when you're talking, like, sorry, like I'm off topic, or sorry, I'm this. They don't want you to keep on apologizing because you say what people need to hear. You say what needs to be said, what needs to be heard. They see you as somebody who gives a lot of guidance without even understanding or recognizing where you're giving guidance. Just you being you being present, and you having your energy or speaking your mind or opinion helps other people to quantum leap. 444. I saw 333 and then 444. So let's get a couple messages. Yo, it's crazy because there are a couple things that I have to do today, and I was like, let me just sit down and do this reading first. And now everything that I have to do is coming into my mind, like, oh, I should go do this, or I should go do this. I should go put the coffee maker on, stuff like that. So you guys are very much like I said, it's very jumpy energy. It's very all over the place. They want you to work on meditating. They see you as somebody who is all over the place, but not in a bad way. It's somebody who's just like, you guys might be like disorganized, organized people. For example, like, your bedroom might be cluttered. I'm not like saying messy or dirty. Your bedroom might be cluttered, but in that clutter, you know where everything is. You know, even if it's cluttered, you know where everything is. Even if your mind is cluttered, you know where everything is and what everything is you got to do. You might have 50,000 things to do and you might not write them down, but you know in your mind, it's like your mind has that checklist. You're very mental. Okay. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Like I said, whether or not you recognize it, you help other people a lot. And also, I feel like you work very closely with your spiritual team, with your angels and your guides. They see you as somebody who even helps them. But because that's the sort of message that I'm getting here, because usually the Three of Pentacles for me talks about you receiving help and you receiving guidance. But look, they're all putting flowers into the same bowl. It's sort of like just the way that you help just the way that your guides help you, you help them. So you guys might resonate with being like a god or a goddess incarnated. I'm also hearing you're very humble. They recognize you as being somebody who is very humble, and they're saying you don't ask for enough. So if you don't always ask for enough help, whether it's help from other people or help from your guides, they want you to start asking for more help. They see you as somebody who's very independent, very I can do this on my own type of energy. We have the Ace of Wands here as well. You're somebody who they perceive as being very, very gifted, very, very talented, and very illuminated. You're somebody who also thrives in the uncomfortable. You work very well under pressure. And remember, anything that I'm saying about you, unless I specifically specify, is everything that your angels and guides think of you and perceive you to be. I heard extraterrestrial. You guys might work with extraterrestrials or resonate with being some sort of extraterrestrial, starseed, elemental type, whatever. We have the Three of Wands. Why are we getting the Three of Wands here, Spirit? You see the big picture. You see all the details and the big picture. So where some people might just see and hone in on the big picture and sort of forget about the small details, and other people might just see the little details and all the little things that need to be worked on, but maybe the big picture might escape them. It's like you guys see the big picture and the little details, and you see how everything forms into what it is. You guys are like I keep on wanting to say, you guys are quantum thinkers. You guys are really, really good at explaining things, even if maybe you don't think that you are. Your guides see you as people who can really work yourself out of a rut. So like if you get yourself stuck in a rut, like you're super able to get yourself out of it with just your mind. You guys might be my type of people that if you have physical illnesses or stuff like that, or like stresses, you'll, before anything, try to work on it like spiritually or energetically, try to change things in that way. And this isn't, you know, like this is not medical advice. And if this is not something that you do, I don't recommend this in place of medical assistance. But like, For example, like let's say you've been getting a lot of headaches. Instead of maybe going to the doctor, like, oh, I keep on having these headaches, maybe you'll sit there and try to work it out. Well, in what way am I ascending? In what way is there energy pent up in my head? And how can I flush it out? That type of thing. You guys see things on a very extraterrestrial, otherworldly level. You're very spiritually advanced. And this is all the way that your angels and guides see you. I heard you're very on top of your game. You're on your shit. We have the 5 of Cups. They also see you as somebody who's a little homesick. Whether this is homesick talking about your physical home, or homesick talking about like your metaphysical home, where your soul originates. You're very connected with source energy. I heard it isn't up to me. They see you as somebody who has a lot of power and a lot of control over your life, but not control in like a control issues, codependent type of way. It's somebody who has a healthy amount of control. You know when to let things go. You might not always follow that intuition right on the drop of the dime, but inevitably you make the choices that you need to make in the right timing. But you know what is for you and what is not for you. You're very good with visualization. They're saying if you guys are the type of person that you visualize your manifestations and you sit there and you fantasize about everything that could go on, that is really, really powerful for you. You're very gifted clairvoyant, but you also might be a very gifted clairaudient as well. They see you as somebody who has so much love to give. You love with the full extent of your heart. One sec. Sorry, you guys. I had to help my boyfriend with something. But where was I? Another download that I was getting as I was helping my boyfriend and while I had to pause your reading was that you guys are either in the process of mastering or you have already mastered to some degree the balance between service to self and service to others. So it's like you no longer compensate. They see you as somebody who's extremely balanced. They don't see you as somebody who compensates your happiness for other people's. And they don't see you as somebody who puts your happiness above. Well, I don't know how to articulate that. Because you're supposed to put your happiness above all else. And they see that you do that, but not in a way where it's too selfish. But also, you don't compensate anymore. Where you guys maybe like used to compensate and people please, they see you either coming out of that or fully have come out of that. They also see you as somebody who is non-judgmental, somebody who doesn't judge. You guys can recognize that somebody is a good person but not the good person for you. You guys could recognize that while somebody is not right for you or not good for you, doesn't mean that they're not a good person. A lot of people will project and judge other people when they realize that this person is not for them or this person is bad for them. A lot of times they will project, oh, well, this person is just a bad person. You guys aren't like that. And if you were like that, you guys aren't like that anymore. You're learning or have learned and mastered. You guys are out of that. You guys recognize now that just because maybe something isn't for you doesn't mean that it's a bad thing or a bad person. Or you guys are really mastering the art of like not projecting. Maybe you guys were people that had, I feel like your spirit guides, your angels, they look at you as somebody who's come so far. It's like started from the bottom, now we're here. I'm getting a lot of music with your pile as well. So they see you as somebody who's very gifted with music, whether it's singing, for some of you dancing, for some of you rapping, for some of you, you're just very sensitive to music. They also see you as somebody who is very focused, but not in a way of being hyper focused. They also see you as having like multiple streams of illumination. Like, because look, we have this illuminated wand right here. We also have that illuminated magnifying glass, and then here we have the lighthouse, which is illuminated, but then there are also lights coming from 3 different houses right there. So they're like, you don't just take things one way. You guys are very very all over, but not in like a bad, disorganized way. Like I said, you guys are like the organized, disorganized people. It might be that you have a lot of different a lot of different gifts, a lot of different psychic gifts, and you receive your messages in multiple different ways, not just one way. Or it could be that you have, they see you as somebody who has the ability to hold many different truths at the same time. It sort of brings me back to what I was just saying. Like, you can hold the truth that somebody is an amazing person, but that doesn't mean they're amazing for you. Or that somebody is not good for you, but that doesn't mean they're not a good person. Like, you guys are really good at discerning as well, I'm hearing. Let's get into the oracle. We have Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. They see you as somebody who can put an end to things really quickly. You're not somebody who sits there and dwells on things that are not for you anymore. Maybe you did before, but you don't anymore. You're not somebody who will sit there and hurt yourself because you want to hold on to something from your past, or something that no longer resonates, or something that no longer works for you. You're also somebody who is very firm with your boundaries, or you're beginning to get a lot more firmer with your boundaries. They see you as somebody who's very healthy. For the most part, you're very, very healthy. I heard, and you want the best for everyone. We have Pale, time to get out of a situation. Like I was just saying, you guys know when to put a stop to things. What I was saying with this card, you guys know when to put a stop to things. You guys know when something has sort of hit its expiration date with you. You guys are not necessarily somebody, they don't see you as somebody who continues to prolong a situation that's dead. They don't see you as somebody who continues to prolong or hold on to a relationship, a person, a mindset, an idea that no longer serves you. You hold on to it for as long as it serves, as long as it's healthy, and then when you feel it's starting to get icky, yucky, or outdated, this is when you change your mind. This is when you change the way that you're dealing with the situation. This is when you let go of it. You guys are no longer allowing yourself to you're no longer somebody who holds on to things out of fear. You're somebody who is very much in the flow. We have Pineapple, reconciliation. You're also somebody who gives multiple chances. And I feel like with this reconciliation card, you give multiple chances where multiple chances are deserved. You no longer give multiple chances because you want just because you want to, or just because people are asking for them, or just because people expect them of you. You give multiple chances where multiple chances are earned. So you guys, maybe before, were the type of person to, like, let's take a relationship for example. It's the easiest thing that I can think of. Maybe you guys had given multiple chances to a certain person or a certain relationship because you wanted things to be different, even when these people didn't merit these chances, even when these people didn't necessarily deserve or showed that they, maybe these people did never show that they were worthy or deserving of all of these chances that you were giving them, but you gave it to them anyways because you are that giving, that understanding, that loving person. Like I said, you love with your whole heart. But now it's sort of like they see you as somebody who has very high self-respect. You respect yourself way too much to continue giving where it's not deserved. They see you as somebody who is very strict and very protective of your energy. You're also very cognizant of your energy and the energies that you allow in. All right, so your oracle card from the Metaphysical Cannabis deck is Glamour Energy, Glam. They see you as somebody who's also very in your element, very physically attractive. You may have like Venus in Taurus or Libra or even in Pisces. Those are like the 3 strongest placements to have your Venus sign. You might have very strong Libra or Taurus placements. For example, Libra or Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. You're somebody who holds yourself on a pedestal now. Let's read this from the book. Glamour Energy. So it says glam, and this is maybe a sentence that you would like to write down or keep note of. It says, my confidence, what was I saying? You're confident. My confidence is solid as stone, and I take positive action to manifest my dreams. It says, here, let's do it like this. It says, it's time to put on your best dress and to attend the best party you've ever been invited to. This is your red carpet, your premiere, your fashion debut, and catwalk for the Oracle gods. Sometimes you don't know where the next whatever is going to come from, but you can still look like $1 million, and you just might shift your energy into a different feeling and alignment. Pyrite is the companion for this card, as it was mistaken for gold by many people. You may not be the gold, but you can certainly look like it. Bringing your vessel into a physical state of elevated emotion instantly helps the mind and body sync up. So even if you aren't going anywhere, get glammed up. You know it will make you feel better. So they see you as somebody who, when you look good, you feel good. It's really so much more important what you think about yourself than what anybody else thinks about yourself. Maybe you guys are working on not giving really a fuck what anybody else says, or maybe you've come to the realization that we're as humans, we're going to care what other people think. We're going to care what other people say. However, you're starting to prioritize what you think and what you say above anybody else, right? And it also did talk about how you can change your mind and like really shift your thinking and alignment. It said, yeah, and you might just shift your energy into a different feeling and alignment. Like I said, like they see you as like a quantum leaper, like a quantum shifter. You guys are so inherently able to switch energies, timelines, dimensions at the drop of a dime. It just depends on how you feel. So they want you to start looking good and looking good so that you could feel good, you know, and treating yourself. All right. So we have water, the overflow. Like I said, you are somebody who has many different like facets. Like you're somebody who gets information, gets downloads from many different avenues. It's like you don't, like I said, you don't get all of your energy from one single thing. So it's like, for example, if you work with energies, you don't just work with angels, you don't just work with spirit guides, you don't just work with ancestors, you don't just work with deities or whatever. You work with all of them, right? So many different ways of expelling and containing and channeling energy for you guys. You guys would be great mystics, great channelers. They see you as somebody who's very open as well. We have communication and co-creation. And we also have the Three of Pentacles. And this card always reminds me of the Three of Pentacles. I was also talking about aliens, wasn't I? What are we talking about with this co-creation card? Wow. We have 12. And then we have 21. 1, 2, 2, 1. They see you as somebody who needs to rest more than you do. You need to take time out of your day to rest because you have so many different like things coming to you all the time, because you're so, it's sort of like you guys get sensory overload sometimes. And you might not realize that, like, why am I just feeling so physically drained out of nowhere? Or why am I getting these headaches out of nowhere? Or why am I getting these body aches or this bad mood out of nowhere? It's because you're energetically overstimulated. You guys take on and take in everything. And like I said, I keep on seeing things that remind me of source energy, all these lights and everything. And then look, that sort of reminds me of source energy right there. The little circle in the middle, the little ball in the middle. It's this energy radiating out to everyone else. And I see you sort of as that little source energy dot. You feed the collective. You feed the minds of the people that you are connected with. They see you as somebody who's super, super, super powerful and I'm hearing electromagnetic. So they see you as somebody who holds a lot of electromagnetic current. Maybe you guys could realize that when you're in a certain mood or doing a certain thing, or maybe as you were growing up before you learned to harness your energy, that it was really hard for you to deal with like computers, phones, stuff like that. Maybe you'd always break your computer, or your phone would always break, or the internet would lag all the time with you. It's because your electromagnetic current is so like powerful that it disturbs the energy of all the electromagnetic things around you. You guys are truly like extraterrestrial here. Powerful ass beings. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you guys later. Toodles. Hello, everybody who chose pile number 3 with this stone, rock, whatever. Your angels see you as somebody who has many different layers, and they also see you as somebody who's been through a lot of trauma, been through a lot of trials and tribulations. They see you as somebody who's been through the thick of it, but they also see you as somebody who's made it through every time. I pulled some oracle cards for you guys. I have not looked at them at all yet. We will get to them after we get to your tarot. So, on the topic, let's get into your tarot. You're somebody who has a really loud ego. And don't take this in the wrong way. Your ego is just your body, your mind's defense mechanism. And because of everything that you've been through, it's very logical that your ego would be very loud. They also see you, and don't worry, we're going to get into better, lighter messages, but they also see you as somebody who can be a little confused. And I feel like the confusion comes from you being so connected to your intuition, but also your ego being so loud at the same time. It's like as soon as like you connect with your intuition and you're like, oh yes, this is it, this is right, this is amazing, this is what I need to do. It's like then your ego mind, your ego voice comes up and it's like barking in your ear. And sometimes it can be very crippling because I feel you guys are very clairaudient. So it's like you guys have that little angel and that little devil on your shoulder that's like, do this. No, don't do that. It's not going to work for you. Or we should really go down this path. But what if we go down that path and we fail? Or what if we go down that path and we hit a huge obstacle? We're never going to be able to get over that. You know, like, or maybe try this relationship, or maybe give this person a chance. But what if this person hurts us? What if this happens? What if this person doesn't have our best interests? It's like a lot of your intuition gets clouded by your ego. And because your intuition is so strong and your ego is so loud, a lot of the times you can get confused, and it can make you, rather than choosing one or the other, it can make you sort of shut down. It's very important for you guys to meditate because of how sensitive you are to energy. Whoa there, whoa there, whoa there. We got two cards in reverse, and all these cards are literally upright, or except for that one. We have the Eight of Swords. That was the only other card in there that was reversed. And I feel like they're saying, like, you're also somebody who can get yourself out of these type of situations very easily if only you were to believe it. I feel like sometimes it's really hard for you to believe that you can be different, do different, have different, because of everything that you were so conditioned to believe about yourself. Just a second. They also see you as somebody who is very energetically sensitive, and you harbor a lot of energy in. They see you as somebody who needs to clear their energy very often. With this Knight of Wands in reverse, what are we talking about here? And look, he's even wounded. He's got scars on him. Not the tattoos, the scars. He's got scars on him. And so this really is going back to like you being like that wounded warrior, right? Archangel Michael might be a very strong guide for you here. You're somebody who may feel like you always have to protect yourself. They see you as somebody who operates very much on masculine energy. They're saying that it's important that you balance out your energies, your masculine, feminine, yin, yang energy. because of the experiences in the past that you guys have been through, they do see you as somebody who tends to look towards the negative scale of things and tends to perceive things in a pessimistic type of way. They see you as somebody who, I feel like, intentionally closes yourself off from your emotions, from your heart chakra. I'm gonna have to pause this in a second. A lot of distractions coming through for your reading. 2 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. What else do your angels and guides think of you? How do they perceive you? We have the Devil. They perceive you as somebody who feels a little bit stuck. But also, again, with the Devil, they're actually not stuck. They're in a perceived trap, but the lock is unlocked, right? So they see you as somebody who has all the tools and all the capabilities of getting yourself into and out of any situation. They see you as somebody who is very powerful and very versatile. They also see you as somebody who's very sentimental, I feel. There's just so many interruptions in your reading. So many fucking interruptions in your reading. I know you guys probably saw that eye roll before I ended it. And I'm not even gonna cut it out. They see you as somebody who has very strong values. Very strong values. So you have very strong feelings about these values. You guys might come off a little bit abrasive. This is to people in the human world. You might come off a little bit abrasive. You like things to go the way that you like it to go. You might even like say like, I have OCD or something like that. Like, I need things to go my way. Perfectionist energy. And I feel like it's because you feel some sort of lack of stability and lack of safety. They see you as somebody who needs more faith. Yeah, definitely somebody who needs more faith, especially with this Ten of Swords really, really wanting to come out. They see you as somebody who's like been through the ringer. I actually want to pull one more of these cards. You're definitely somebody who has been through and conquered a lot. But your fear gets to you. The Knight of Swords. What you guys really need, they're saying, is some stillness, some quiet time by yourself. Because while there has been a lot of distractions in your reading, the noises outside subsided. We had a lot of seagulls earlier, a lot of cars driving around. There's not many cars right now. I cannot hear the seagulls. I only hear the little tiny birds like tweet, 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 you know? So it's like, you guys need to get out in nature. You guys are somebody who connects very well with nature. Nature makes you feel really, really good. And you're somebody who, your powers, your gifts, your light side is very activated by nature. You're somebody who could be like an elemental witch, or like like somebody who works with the elements. Like, could have been drawn to pile number 1. You guys could also be root workers, people who use the earth elements to do their magic, do their energy work. They see you as somebody who's very soft-spoken. They also see you as somebody who needs to be a little bit softer on yourself. I'm hearing the song from Tangled, At Last I See the Light. And it's like the fog has lifted. At last I see the light, and something is new. And it's like the sky is new. I think that's what she says. They want me to bring up that our brain has this system. It's called the RAS system, reactionary something system. I don't know, but it's where it's how your brain sort of filters out external stimuli that is not seen as important for your system. If it did not filter out all this external stimuli, we would be constantly overstimulated, because we would be like literally thinking about every blade of grass and every leaf on every tree and every little like piece of fuzz on this couch and everything. But because of that system in our brain, it filters out things that are not perceived as important to us. So you guys, your angels want to tell you, we're going to get into a little bit more of how they perceive you, but they want to tell you that you guys are filtering out all of the good because you are so used to all of the bad. And it is very logical that you would tune into what could go wrong or what bad could happen or what is negative, because you are very used to experiencing experiences and going through different traumatic events that led you to think this way. It's very logical that you think like that. However, you're hurting yourself by continuing to think like that. The more you open yourself to more positivity, the more you allow yourself to reform your beliefs. And a belief is just a thought that you continue to think. The more you reform your beliefs around positivity, positive interactions, positive situations, seeing the positive things that are going on, the more your brain will filter out that negative, and it will bring to you situations that you could realize and acknowledge the positivity in. And the more you acknowledge that positivity, the more positivity will flow to you. I kind of want to give an example. Like, let's say you really, really want this sort of position at your job, and somebody else gets the position, and right now you're fine-tuned to look at, well, why didn't I get this position? I'm overqualified. This person is not even qualified for this position. Da, 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 da. But if you were to reframe your thinking, instead of seeing all of those things, you would see, okay, well, that person got that position because it was good for them. I'm overqualified for this position. So therefore, because I'm overqualified for this position, then there's going to be another opportunity coming in for me that is better and more on my level, more on my wavelength. This wasn't right for me, and I didn't get it because it wasn't right for me, because there's better coming, because I am overqualified, that type of thing. So it's like, really, they're wanting to let you know that if you reframe the way that you see things, and it's gonna take time and it's gonna take work, but if you reframe the way that you see things, really go inside and ask yourself, why do I see things the way that I see them? Is it because I believe that there's just all this negativity in the world? Why do I believe that there's all this negativity in the world? What was I shown that made me believe this, that made me logically come up with the way that I think and the thought patterns that I have? Mind power is very important, and you guys are very powerful in your mind, but you guys might not feel that powerfulness because right now your mind is working sort of counteractive to what you want it to be. It's doing things that are counteractive to what you want it to be doing, because your system is filtering out the positive. That doesn't mean that there's no positive there. It means that you're filtering out that positive. You're not looking at that positive. You're filtering in the negative because that's what you've experienced, that's what you expect, that's what you believe, and we can't experience something that contradicts our beliefs. Okay. Sorry about that whole rant, but that's just, I guess, a message that some of you needed to hear. If this is not resonating, I would recommend picking a different pile because it's a very strong message for you guys. So let's see. How do your guides perceive you? We have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. They see you, they perceive you. What do they want to say about this flute card? They see you as somebody who's very resilient. They see you as somebody who doesn't really need anybody, and not in like a, ugh, I don't need anybody because nobody is on my level, or because nobody has the right intentions for me, because it's not true. They see you as somebody who doesn't need anybody because you have all the power within yourself. You are very powerful, but you might not necessarily notice it. They see you as somebody who marches to the beat of your own drum. At your core, you're extremely light, but you might not feel that light because of everything that we were just talking about. But at your core, they see you as a very bright light, a happy-go-lucky, joyful type of person. And if you don't see this within yourself, it's because of your mindset. And that's okay. Like I said, it's logical for you to think and feel the way that you do. Just work on maybe reframing that. We have scales. Keep your life in balance. They see you as somebody who is very fair, very just. They see you as somebody who wants the best for everyone. Deep down in your heart, you really want the best for everybody. They see you as somebody who keeps things together. Maybe you are really good at keeping your composure. Maybe you're the type of person who is that rock for other people, even when you don't have that rock yourself. You're that person that people can come to and express all their feelings with and have that safe space with. Really feels like pile number one. So if you were also drawn to pile number one, I would definitely recommend to look into that pile as well. And then we have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. They see you as somebody who I don't feel like you fear change. They see you as somebody who doesn't fear change. In fact, you welcome change. Even if you don't always expect the most positive change, you're still very open and welcoming of changes in your life, which is really good. Just got to work on what you're expecting from those changes, if you're expecting those changes to be good or bad for you. We have right here, 𝔓𝔦𝔩𝔢𝔬𝔫, grace. Beautiful card. We're about to read this from the book. It's number 99, like the page number is 99, and 9 plus 9 is 18, which also reduces to 9. So they see you as somebody, not even, they see you right now as somebody who's coming up on the completion of a cycle. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't know who was coming up, but it was my daughter and my boyfriend. If I would have knew it was them, I would have just kept going. But they also see you as somebody who may stop what you're doing for other people. Like, stop giving a fuck what anybody else says. They want you to stop giving a fuck what anybody else says. Stop giving a fuck about all of that bullshit and what's going on around you. They see you as somebody who is easily influenced by the energy of other people because you are so energetically sensitive to everybody else's energies. They need you to work on allowing yourself to be sensitive to other people's energies, but also not allowing those energies to overtake your own energy. Don't calibrate to anybody else. Calibrate to yourself. Calibrating is just sort of readjusting our place of attraction. So it says 𝔓𝔦𝔩𝔢𝔩𝔢𝔬𝔫. 𝔓𝔦𝔩𝔢𝔩 is the god of the forest, magic, power, and healing, and his herbs have the power to send away the negative forces in your life, also called 𝔗𝔦𝔩𝔢𝔩𝔬𝔫. His long beard is intertwined with vines and herbs to symbolize that humans are one with nature. What was I talking about? The true roots will be revealed if you embrace your surroundings. You are a natural healer and must remember this if 𝔓𝔦𝔩𝔢𝔩 has appeared in your spread today. No matter what your situation may be, you can connect with the magic of the forest to find the solution you are seeking. Sometimes everything you need is right around you, and there is no need to feel anxious about not having all the perfect elements. You can create change with your thoughts first, and your actions will naturally follow. This card appears when you have been too hard on yourself and deserve to take a break. Set aside some time each day to do nothing but rest. Literally reiterating everything that I've said for you guys already. And I swear to God, I did not see any of these oracle cards before I started your reading. This is completely in alignment, and that is amazing. So we have trust your innocence. They see you as somebody who is very pure, very innocent. And you guys might be like, oh, what are you talking about? In your heart, in your soul, you are very innocent. You are very pure. You are very lovable. You are very loved. Wearing white and green might help you to feel a lot more in alignment. They see you as somebody who is very pure of heart. You have the best intentions for everyone else and the best intentions for yourself. They see you as a helper. You help a lot of people, but you need to work on using that energy to help yourself. You hear the seagulls now? Then we have manifestia. You guys are very, very powerful manifestors. They see you as somebody who's a very, very powerful manifester, which is really important. That's the reason why it is very, very important for you guys to maintain, or at least as much as you can, try to focus on the positive. Try to focus on the things that are good. This doesn't mean to be toxically positive and completely ignore this, like everything that's going on, but they just want you to work on focusing on where you would like things to amplify and not focusing on where things are going wrong. Sorry, you guys, even more just more distraction. And I know I should take some more of my own advice and be like, you know what? Fuck it, but maybe I need to take my own advice. But yeah, anyways, with manifestia right here, this is saying that you guys literally have all of the power to manifest anything that you want in your life. Anything that you want in your life, you are able to receive. It's just about forming that belief system around what you want to attract rather than what you're afraid of attracting, right? And remember, a belief is just the thought that you continue to think, and a belief is just the thought that you continue to tell yourself. So start to tell yourself different things and you will start to receive different things as well. But I hope that this reading resonated with you. Sorry for all of the fucking distractions and everything. It was just a lot. That might be even how you're feeling in your current life. And if so, I'm so sorry and I hope things get better for you. But yeah, excuse me. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, whatever. Like and comment if you feel like it, and subscribe if you fuck with me. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.